What's up, guys? Today we're going over the new raid SMG, the Imminence, which is a 900 RPM top slot strand SMG. And this thing has a lot of great rules that really perfect any prismatic build on all three characters. It just is a great utility weapon, and at the same time has great damage perks if you want to go that route also. So in this video, we will be breaking down exactly what rules I'm looking for on this weapon and why I think it's so good for prismatic builds. So jumping in, looking at the perks in the left column, the three I want to talk about will be first, Demolitionist. As you guys know, I love Demolitionist, and Demolitionist usually takes 10 kills to get your full grenade back, roughly 10% per kill depending on your discipline stat. But with this being a strand weapon, on the new Prismatic subclass, we can take advantage of the fragment balance, where rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage grants grenade energy. So now with that on top of demo, you'll get your grenade back a lot faster, just depending on how much health and how much damage you're doing with the weapon. Sometimes as low as 5 kills to get your full grenade back, which is very, very nice. And that is not even taking into account something like Devour or anything like that. Another perk on the left you could use would be Slice, and Slice will make a lot of sense with a right column perk. Slice, once you activate your class ability, you'll be able to sever up to 5 targets, which will make them do less damage to you. Could be really good in harder content, and maybe one that you want. Then the final perk on the left will be Pugilist, which will be kind of similar to Demolitionist, but for your melee energy. And I think for the right build on Prismatic, mostly on Titan with either Thunderclap or Consecration, or potentially on Warlock with Lightning Surge, Pugilist could be a great perk to help build back your melee energy. Another thing that makes Pugilist great for prismatic builds is with the Bravery Fragment, where powered melee final blows will grant unraveling rounds to your strand weapons. So with Pugilist, you would build up the melee energy, use it, then you would get unraveling rounds for this SMG. Then you can kind of go crazy, kill a bunch of things, and then by the time unraveling rounds runs out, you'll have your melee back and rinse and repeat. Then moving on to the right column, finishing off the utility part of this weapon, we have the new perk Strategist, which will be similar to Demolitionist or Pugilist, but now for our class ability, where once again, roughly 10% per kill for our class ability back, which will be really nice on, I think, mostly Warlock, or some builds with Helion, making sure you have that up every 20 seconds to constantly have that procced. Pairing that with Demo will be perfect on Warlock. Then on Titan, I think Pugilist plus Strategist makes a lot of sense on Prismatic Titan. Once again, taking advantage of Thunderclap or Consecration, maybe with like Drenger's Lash on your barricade this time. And with that roll, you could get your barricade back and your melee back very quickly and kind of have the full build up a lot more often. So overall, between those three perks, Demo, Pugilist, and Strategist, you can really make use of both of those combos with many of the prismatic builds in the game currently. And with the way some of the fragments work on Prismatic, they also help feed into the strand weapon and make it even better. So what you could do is you could run Pugilist plus Strategist, then make sure you have on the balance fragment, which will help get grenade energy back on darkness final blows. And that would make this weapon kind of like a mini Traveler's Chosen, where it would just feed back all three of your abilities constantly, and you would just have way higher uptime on all of your abilities on any prismatic build in the game. And that is why this weapon is just going to be so good for like general use on any build, because it'll just frankly give you all of your abilities back a lot quicker. But if you did want to go the route of using it for like just general play, and you want to put out more damage with this weapon, well, there's the new perk, the Chaos Reshaped, where this weapon gains bonus damage while in combat for an extended time, remain in combat for even longer, rewards a larger damage bonus, and periodically heals the wielder. So looking at how that works in the game. So if we go ahead and shoot at Carl to start being in combat, it's gonna hit for 1328. It's gonna take quite a while to proc the first stack of the buff. Exactly 12 seconds, which I believe is the same as Frenzy times 1. This will do 20% more damage while Frenzy is only 15%. And if we wait another 12 seconds, it'll proc times 2. You can do this while the weapon is stowed. You don't have to have the weapon out. Then you'll get Chaos Reshaped times 2, taking damage up to 35%, which is pretty good for a damage buff on a primary that you don't have to do anything or there's no kill activation. And once you're out of combat, it's kind of hard to tell exactly when that is. It's gonna linger for several seconds before falling off. And the last part of this perk is it will heal while you have Chaos Reshaped times 2. Once every 7 seconds, you'll get like a 10% heal. It's not that much, but it's better than nothing, I guess. And that is how that perk works. In a way, it's just a better frenzy that stacks twice. Frenzy is 15% after, I think, 12 seconds also. This one is 20%, but then after another 12 seconds, it goes up to 35 and will heal you. So just a better frenzy in terms of damage output, but instead of the reload increase of frenzy, this is healing. So I already have one with Demo and Chaos on it, and I think that is a great role and probably worth using. And the other perks on the right you can mention would be Firefly or Hatchling. I don't think it'll be the best choice because it's a 900 RPM SMG, not the easiest weapon to guarantee the last bullet being a precision hit or final blows. But if you're cracked aim and you never miss, you could take advantage of those two perks. Both would be okay. And the final one would be Desperate Measure. One I kind of glance over or like not really mention a lot. It'll be a 30% buff once you get a weapon kill, then 2 ability kills. And it lasts for 7 seconds, so it should be pretty easy with the right build to get up to ×3 and have the full 30%. And with it lasting 7 seconds, it's definitely a pretty good perk overall. So looking at the roles I would want on this weapon, I think there's going to be multiple. Starting off, I would want Demo plus Strategist for different builds in the game. I really want that for Warlock with the build I'm currently working on and going to be uploading later today. I think Demo plus Chaos Reshaped is also a great role. And the other role I would go for would be Pugilist plus Strategist. That I think would be really good on Titan and maybe a few cool Warlock builds. And overall, Pugilist plus Strategist just makes a lot of sense on Prismatic as a whole. Taking advantage of balance also, where you will also get your grenade energy back by just getting defeats with the weapon. So in a way, that role plus Prismatic just turns into like a mini Traveler's Chosen, where you'll just get energy for all 3 of your abilities. Another role worth mentioning would be Slice plus Strategist. Slice you have to activate your class ability to use, and Strategist will give your class ability back, so obviously great synergy there if you want to take advantage of Slice on a weapon. Overall, I think this is a very good SMG. Is it like game changing? Maybe not necessarily. I think Chaos Reshaped is a great perk, and I think the combinations of Demo or Pugilist and Left plus Strategist are great for Prismatic builds and definitely worth using, but not like the most meta weapon of all time, but something worth checking out and getting a few cool rolls yourself. Anyways, I think that's be it for the commentary. There might be a little bit of gameplay left. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.